Hello and welcome to this, the December 6, 2015 edition of Decision 2016 Digest. I'm your host, Scott Jones. This is where we give you the top political and policy headlines for the 2016 election in 15 minutes or less. I got to tell you guys, just when you don't think it could get any worse, it just does. My heart and prayers, yes, New York Daily News, I said it, you bunch of douchebags. My hearts and prayers go out to the victims and the families and friends of those killed in an awful terrorist attack in San Bernardino, California. You know what just really gets my goat right now is a self-radicalized couple of people wound 21 people, kill 14. This administration tries every way in the world to call it workplace violence. And who do they attack? Not the ISIS group that inspired them, but law-abiding gun owners like the NRA and others, instead of talking about terrorism and how to keep the homeland safe. You know, it leads me to the question of terror in America. Whose side is Obama on? And I say that politically. I have no doubt that he is an American and that he supports at least his vision of America. But all I've heard from this administration so far is a, once again, tortured, shrill, and just illogical effort to protect and defend the people of the faith of Islam and to protect and make excuses for those who practice Islam and then would become terrorists to kill us here in the homeland. It is amazing to me. Very little discussion about protecting American people and whose side they're on and defending our country and holding our people up. It's all about we can't be racist, we can't be xenophobes. And guess what, folks? If you talk too shrill about Islamic terrorists and the Islamic faith, our Attorney General Loretta Lynch is going to come prosecute you. That sounds like that we've joined the Soviet bloc. I thought there was such thing as a First Amendment, and I hate to be shrill about this, but for God's sake, people, what the hell is going on in this country where Islamic terrorists attack our people? A newspaper in New York says God isn't fixing it and calls Wayne LaPierre, the head of the NRA, a terrorist too. Our president's first response is talking about gun laws, which is basically law-abiding citizens like you and me and members of the NRA. He attacks the NRA, he attacks law-abiding citizen with gun control, and then starts making excuses for Islamic terrorists. There is something wrong with this, folks. I think the broader public is feeling it. I think the broader public knows it. I think the broader public is not buying what this administration is selling anymore. But I will tell you this, Judgment Day is coming in November, and I hope people make the right choice. Do the Republican candidate field have all the solutions? No. It's a complex problem. But one thing that I do know, the political correctness and the kowtowing and the defense of Islamic terrorists, whatever you want to call them, by this president, and especially the political correctness attendant to that, is getting people killed. It needs to stop now, and I'm sorry this is a harsh message, but I've had enough. I've listened to lawyers for this family, and all of these folks make excuses of the radicalized woman, the wife that came here from Pakistan via Saudi Arabia was an ordinary housewife. Well, those 14 dead people and 21 injured were ordinary working people too. Who's speaking up for them? Who in this administration is talking up for the American people? They spend all their time lecturing us about sensitivity and not being xenophobic and not being anti-Islam. I haven't heard very much in defense of the American way of life and our people, and I'm tired of it. I know it's a harsh message, and I'm sorry to come back off of the Thanksgiving holiday, which, by the way, I hope you had a good one. This is a short one today, but those are my thoughts. Tonight, the president's going to address the nation. I think we're going to hear more lectures of the same about tolerance, and it's not Islam, and it's not this, and it's not that. But people are starting to die. The Islamic terrorism is coming here to the homeland in whatever form or however you want to spin it. And this incompetent president, Valerie Jarrett, and the people and the sycophants around this president are going to end up getting us killed. It's time to pressure Congress, it's time to pressure the White House to do something to keep the American homeland safe. And excuse me, screw the Islamic terrorists and their sensitivities after having killed 14 and injured 21 here in San Bernardino, California. Like this video, give it a thumbs up if you like what we're doing here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. In the link below, I've got a link for audible.com if you want a free trial and a free download. Hit it up there. On my radio show tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central on the 405media.com. Also in the description, I'm going to have National Review Online's and McLaughlin Group panelist Tom Rogan with me, and we're going to talk about this president and how he apologizes for the American way of life everywhere overseas, comes back and lectures us that we need to be sensitive to his Islamic people and the Islamic faith. Screw that. That's it for now. I'll be back next week with a wrap-up for the year, and then we'll take it up anew in 2016. Until then, thank you for watching. Stay safe. We'll talk to you then.